Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Today we're going to talk about a film that, well, everybody's talking about this weekend, and it is a highly anticipated film, and it is called Nightcrawler, brought to us by director Dan Gilroy, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal, as it said, or Gyllenhaal, however you want to pronounce it. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, and I do apologize. Anyway, Jake plays Lewis Bloom, a character who is had a hard time finding a job. He resorts to stealing copper and such, but when he runs across an accident and he sees a video crew shooting the footage of the accident, and then he learns that those guys can make money from shooting said footage, he decides to get in on the game of news footage collection and gets his own camera and starts his way to being a night crawler, if you will, crawling the night looking for footage that he can sell. And we see how he unfurls his plan in very cold, calculated, and creepy way, and how intelligent and much of a sociopath he really is. And we see what lengths he goes through as well to get that perfect shot. Nightcrawler is a very strong, biting satire statement on the media today, and let me tell you, the character played by Jake, Lewis Bloom, is the reason you need to see this film. This film definitely had the feel of American Psycho, not only in its commentary, but in its performance. Now, I will say the character played by Christian Bale in American Psycho was a little bit better, but Jake's is a strong character in what we've seen in quite some time. Really, one of these anti-heroes that you would love to get behind. You can't really. You find himself just starting to like him, and then he just does something that makes your jaw drop. Just a great mixture of things, and you can tell he just plays this cold, calculated character, very intelligent character that very set in what he wants to, when he wants to reach his goals. And I just loved how he played it out, and it is definitely one that is going to be getting him at least a nod this Oscar season, if not the trophy. Now, you got a great cast around him. Bill Paxton shows up as a competitor, a competing guy, collecting this news footage, and and I like Bill Paxton. I always do. It's always fun seeing him on screen. I know many people don't, but it was fun seeing him on screen, and I enjoyed his character as well. And Renee Russo in here playing Nina Romina, who is the one who is the news director and the one buying this footage from Lewis Bloom. Great chemistry between these two. Loved how they played off each other. There's a key scene in here in a restaurant, and they say more with their body language and their facial expressions than with the words that they're saying, though the words that they're saying as well are very strong and very meaningful. The writer, Dan Gilroy, who directed it as well, really writes an interesting script, and this character, Lewis Bloom, is definitely a unique one that we have not seen for a while. I just enjoyed this film for a number of reasons. Now, we have seen a similar type of film before, okay? But the way it's executed and done, especially for first-time director Dan Gilroy, really surprised me. There's not a huge amount of action in here, but when there is action, it is strong and potent and has meaning. It's not just done for special, just to do it, just to have the action in there. And really, though, the performance of Jake is why you go see this film. His character, Lewis Bloom, is one that's going to stand out for quite some time and really is just friggin' creepy. It's a dark and a dirty world that he works in the form of this collection of news footage of horrible acts or horrible accidents that happen, and the things he does to accomplish these goals really will have you talking about him later. Folks, Nightcrawler is worth it. I would say worth almost the hype, much like Gone Girl. I went into it and thought this was a really solid, well put together film, though it didn't, oh my god, amazing, film that many people good, but I still give it 4.5 stubs. An entertaining film, always great to see more mature entertainment, and it will definitely get some nods this awards season. And that'll about do it for us here for the final cut. Remember, as always, folks, keep that ticket stub.